Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of January 15th. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards life you want. If you have a question you want to ask the tarot cards, you'll find information on how to get a private reading below. I also do a live stream on TikTok on Friday mornings, you should check it out. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Borderless Rider-Waite Smith with Yellow Calcite, the Tarot de Marseille with Lapis Lazuli, and the Dark Mansion Tarot with Green Aventurine. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one, and as always, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. Okay, don't panic. Don't panic. Okay. Let's see here. These candles are on their last legs. As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do, group 1? I actually replaced the yellow candle, which went out just before I hit record. I'm actually going to change all of these candles. So this scene will be drastically different when we come back. All right, I'll see you right now. Ta-da! So the vibe that I'm getting from this reading is one of a window of opportunity to do something. And it's difficult for me to elaborate more beyond that because this is a collective reading, and depending on the different situations of the different people who might be watching this, these cards might apply differently to them. And it's really important to get this right, which is why I'm a little hesitant. I'm obviously going to give you more, but the window of opportunity is coming really strong from these 3 cards here. So we have the swiftness of the Knight of Wands the Knight of Swords being invited to charge in. And I do think that this is an invitation to speed up. I often say about the Knight of Swords, it's either an invitation to speed up or an invitation to slow down. This one is pretty obvious. And we have the dual 10s here. And also the something that I say a lot, and as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that the 10 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune have both come up for me recently in a reading. But this reinforces the theme of the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. Obviously, when the Wheel of Fortune comes up in reverse, I often read it as a bad beat, so to speak. But I don't... That aspect isn't coming to the fray that much in this reading, especially with combined with the dramatic ending of the 10 of Swords here, which is also the beginning of a new cycle hinted at by the sunset in the sunrise in the background, and the blessing symbol made by this hand here. I don't feel like holding it up to the camera for some reason. But yeah, so here's the thing. This four of coins reverse in the middle of your entire reading here is an invitation to open up. I have the feeling that whatever window of opportunity you have this week might involve opening up, finally telling someone what you really think. Yeah. And to know that you're in a good position to do this, whether it ends up playing in your favor or not. And here we come to the 3 of Swords that open this entire reading here. I'm not sure if the 3 of Swords is disappointment after having tried and failed. We'll get to you if that's you. Or if it is a coming to terms with the fact that a situation, that the 10th sword has been planted and it's time to ride off into the sunrise. And that can be a painful moment for people, I'm not sure exactly how the 3 of Swords plays into the rest of the energy of this card, but of this spread, but those are the 2 main ways. Either coming to terms with the fact that something actually ended a while ago and coming to terms with that now, or an unloading of something that either can help you process the disappointment that you're sharing, or the disappointment of it not turning out the way that you wanted. And actually, this is a good this is a good point. This is a good point in the reading to come to you peoples, because if you're one of these people where the Three of Swords is the pain of failure after having tried, um, I can assure you, and I'm sure you know this intellectually, so I'm just going to repeat it. The pain of failure is nothing compared to the regret of never even having tried. So try to keep that in mind for this week. And honestly, I don't have much more to say, so thank you very much for watching. If you like this reading, please give this video a like. Thank you for providing me the opportunity to change my candles, and I'll see you at the Oracle card portion. All right, group two, let's see what we have for you for this week. Some cards fell out while I was shuffling. I don't think they matter. If I was wrong, I'll tell you. If I was right, I'll tell you at the end. Haha. All right, give me a second here. This should be a decent shot for you. Let me just... I'm not looking at the viewfinder right now. Oh yeah, look at that. Group two, I have good news and bad news. The good news is this is looking like a week of opportunity for you. However, the bad news is I have the feeling that capitalizing on this opportunity will involve doing one of the scariest things that you could ever think of doing, hinting at this devil in the middle of your cross here. And by the way, the three cards that fell out are the Ten of Swords, the Moon, and the Page of Wands. That definitely plays into this energy, which is why I'm mentioning them now. So yeah, here's the thing. And I guess I'm gonna go in on this rant because I was watching this episode of Rick and Morty yesterday, the season finale of season 7, I believe, the fear hole. You either know what I'm talking about or you don't. And don't worry, I won't spoil the episode beyond the premise, which you discover minutes into the episode. It's well written like that. Anyway, the fear hole is a hole that you jump into, and then it detects what your biggest fear is. It makes you conquer your biggest fear, and then you jump out of the hole without that fear. So it's kind of the trade-off is you have to face the scariest thing you've ever had to face, but once you come out of the hole, your biggest fear is no more, you know? So yeah. And I guess I'll go on this rant too because I was thinking about that so much while watching that episode. It's for so many people, their biggest fear is having that conversation with that person, and I have the feeling that for many people watching this, that's what this devil card in the middle of the cross is, which is why I went into this whole rant to begin with. Honestly, the other cards don't play that much. Obviously, there's a potential for success with the Six of Swords undermining the entire reading, underlying the entire reading, matching the suit of the King of Swords here. We have the opportunity of the Ace, the choice of the 2, the forward movement of the 8. That's basically the themes of all these cards. So yeah, listen. If you choose to not jump into the fear hole, that's totally understandable. Just know that if you do choose to jump into the fear hole, there's no shame in bailing out and climbing out of the hole in advance with your biggest fear still intact. Unfortunately for Rick and Morty, that was not an option for them. But anyway, and if you choose to jump into the fear hole and face your biggest fear and conquer it, there's a lot of mastery and success on the other side of it, and you'll be a whole new person. You don't need to stay bound to whatever it is that you feel bound to. That's a mic drop, so I'm going to end the reading there. If you liked your reading, please give this video a like, and if you you can use the timestamps to jump to the Oracle card portion is what I wanted to say. All right. All right, group 3, let's see what we have for you for this week. As always, it's for sure that your cross will be in the shot. Just how straight will it be? That's the issue. So, what is this? This is the 7 of coins reversed, the 4 of wands reversed, King of swords. What is this? Knight of wands reversed. And in the middle of the whole thing, we have the Queen of coins reversed with the Ace of cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. So it should be straight. And I think if I lower it a little, I can get away with it being this low. Oh yeah, this is nice. Okay. All right, I'll see you right now. Group 3, your message is pretty straightforward. And for those for whom this reading is on target, I just want to put this caveat right away. We all have the entire deck inside of us. Any court card can be any gender, okay? And the way that this reading makes the most sense is to read this King of Swords as a third party and this Queen of Coins, Knight of Wands reverse combo as two aspects of yourself. And, oh, the other caveat, I'm going to talk to you as if you're a straight woman, okay? So you've been warned if you're not a straight woman. Don't let Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome distract you. Don't let Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome take your eye off the ball. Don't let Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome distract you into taking time and attention and energy away from things that really matter. Yeah, that's the big warning in this 7 of coins, Queen of coins combo. Big time, especially when they're both in reverse, right? And this Knight of Wands, the Knight is the court member that brings its suit out into the world. So often when the Knight comes up, the Knight of Wands specifically, I interpret it as going off on the adventure of, you know, spreading the passion and will and things like that into the world, you know. And we have the obvious celebration of the 4 of Wands. One of the interpretations of the 4 of Wands is a card of marriage, which plays into the theme, you know. And this is all under the underlying energy here is the Ace of Cups, which is what is making me lean a bit towards potential romantic interest. Now, this King of Swords here, assuming that the King of Swords is some other person. What was I going to say about the King of Swords? Fuck. Well, you know, he might give off a vibe of, oh, he's so mysterious. I don't know what makes me so attracted to him. That kind of vibe. And I get how the mystery will be there later. Or the mystery, solving this mystery might come at the expense of other things that you that are more important to you. And I think that that is the overall warning in this reading. Now, if the King of Swords is not a person, it's honestly much more difficult for me to make sense of this reading. I went into that phrase attempting to try, and I don't think it would be worth the effort. So listen, I hope this reading resonated for you. I hope it was helpful. And if you don't want to watch me pick up this reading, you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, it's the Oracle card portion. This. Come on. If I edited it out, I was, you saw me struggle. All right. This should be good. Good. Group A, your archetype is the addict. Very interesting given the readings that I gave. The light attribute is helps you reorganize and confront addictive behavior. The shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Well, this is a pretty clear call out. And to phrase it more constructively, I would invite you, Group A, to take an honest look in the mirror and really audit the things that have been taking your time, energy, and attention, and evaluating whether or not they serve you. And sometimes, you know, that thing that you think might not be serving you, but you always seem to come up with some fakakta reason for doing it anyway. I'm like that with spending, okay? Yeah, there are things that I can buy that I can use the excuse, oh, it's tax deductible, as an excuse to push me over the edge and buy it. Tax deductions aren't money. Tax deductions are a savings on a future bill that you're paying in advance. That's what a tax deduction is, right? So yeah, try to do that with yourself for this week. Group B, fun fact, I bought this card. I bought this deck as to square out this theme. This is like a channeling theme, and I already had these 3 decks, and I'm like, what else can we channel? I guess animals, I guess. And this has become one of my favorite decks. Easily in the top 5. All right, your animal is the porcupine spirit. Time for a beginner mind. Very interesting. So here's the thing. In at least in some of the readings that I gave, the theme of ending a cycle and beginning a new one came to mind. And I think that it's always important to be coachable. It's always important to realize what you know and what you don't know, and what you might think you know, or sometimes there are things that you don't even know you don't know. Try to keep that in mind. Try to really keep the fool spirit. The innocent blank slate attitude of the fool is what you're being invited to channel this week, Group B. Group C, your card is Simikiel, Angel of Vengeance. I've read this card a couple times. I don't want to... I'm going to make sure that I'm not locked into a pattern, all right? Let me stare at this for a moment. I accidentally stopped the recording again, but it was worth it. So I'm really glad I took the time to look at this card, because usually, you know, there's a hole in this angel's head, right? And I usually interpret that as... an invitation to not let your desire for revenge blind you or shit like that. But this has a totally different vibe given the readings that I gave. I'm interpreting the hole in his head as once you've done it, to empty out what you think you know about the situation. An invitation to be of beginner mind. And also, and this played into some of the readings that I gave also. Around the angel's head is this circle type thing, kind of nodding to the end of a cycle, beginning of a new one type of shit. And I think that is another element. And the final one is the fact that he's holding a sword, which finally I can get to the gist of what I think that this card is saying. I was reminded of the phrase, success is the best revenge. And not necessarily, well, yeah, this is the Angel of Vengeance, which is why I thought of that. Okay. But, you know, you're going to eat them words. That can be really strong motivation. So that might be something that you're being invited to tap into so that you can hollow out. You know, it's through making someone eat their words that you can hollow out potentially. You really need to make sure that you're coming from the right place when you do this shit, okay? But that you can hollow out and transmute whatever pain that you kind of desire vengeance for, you know? So consider that. Group D, your Egyptian god is Tao Oracle, with a message of Genesis. So I think this is pretty straightforward. You're being invited to bring something into the world, to create something, or to create moments, to create a vibe, that kind of thing. And it's funny too that for 3 of the 4 cards of the Oracle card portion, there's an invitation of beginner mindset, because you know, when is Genesis? Genesis is the first book of the Bible. It is the creation myth that is in there, you know? So I think that seeking clarity through being open to all possibilities is something that I would invite you to consider for this week, Group D. And I think that wraps up everything. So thank you very much for watching. If you like this video and you haven't done so yet, please give this video a like. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great week. I'll see you soon.